Good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with us on another very cold morning. I'm Stephanie Simmons here with Kimberly Davis.
Today, hundreds of thousands of students will not be in class due to these dangerously cold temperatures. We have those closures up for you right now that you need to know about, and they will also be scrolling at the bottom of your screen all morning long.
We also have KHOU local Stephanie Whitfield and Victor Jacobo live across the Houston area. Grace White is keeping us updated on the power grid, and Jennifer Reyna is watching the mess on the roads this morning. Meteorologists Cheetah Craft and Kim Castro are tracking this Arctic blast all morning long for you. And Cheetah, we're going to start with you.
Well, we have dangerous wind chills in place right now. So our feels like temperatures or wind chills are at single digits and may drop even below zero. I mean, we're talking here in Houston. Come on. I mean, 2 degrees right now in Huntsville, 3 degrees in College Station, feeling like 4 in Conroe, 6 in Tomball. Feels like, or those wind chill numbers are down to 6 degrees in Sugar Land right now. So that's why we have these active wind chill warnings. That's in the gray, and the turquoise, that's a wind chill advisory. Both of these are in effect until noon today. That's when I think these winds will finally start to back down, but they're sustained this morning anywhere from 10 upwards of almost 30 miles per hour towards the coast, 20 there in College Station, sustained winds around 15 in Sugar Land. That's why we have the wind chill factor, or the feels like temperature. Now, actual air temperatures are teens and 20s. So these temperatures alone put us under that hard freeze status, which is at 24 degrees or below for over 2 hours. So everyone is under a hard freeze warning this morning. Now, we are going to repeat this for early tomorrow morning. And in fact, Kim, we've been tag teaming from yesterday, today, and it's these wind chills. But not only that, the actual air temperatures with this hard freeze, we don't see this all the time, and it's dangerous as it is. I'll send it over to you.
Yeah, Cheetah, it's the wind for today. Yesterday, it was the precipitation and the threat for that frozen layer. Today, it's the threat for us to lose heat very, very quickly, which is why it's advised that you don't spend any time outdoors today. Cheetah showed you those sustained winds at around 15 to 20 miles an hour. Well, wind gusts will stay at 20 to 30 miles an hour throughout the late morning into the early afternoon. And that's why we've got that wind chill warning and advisory until noon. Now, check out those feels like conditions as we go through the morning. Single digits for a number of hours. So that's a snapshot at 8 o'clock. Feels like 4 degrees downtown. Feels like 1 degree in Tomball. Zeros is the feeling College Station, Conroe, Brenham. Still feeling like the single digits through 10 o'clock. Once we lose that wind, we'll start to see the actual feeling climb up into the teens and low 20s, but still bitterly cold. Take all the necessary precautions, dress in layers, Jen.
Oh, for sure. Thanks a lot, Kim. And if you don't have to be out, we ask that you not travel so that we keep it as nice and calm as possible. As you probably heard, yesterday was a very busy day for many commuters, sitting and stuck in backup for hours, possibly, and emergency crews were also hard at work. There are at least 60 icy roads that are still listed this morning on Houston Transtar's website. We ask that you slow your speeds if you must be out on the roads. We do have a major crash working on the North Beltway eastbound at the Hardy. It's not going to go away anytime soon. It is involving a heavy truck. And as you can see, only one far right lane gets through, and that's it. The rest of the highways are also impacted, including Southwest Freeway northbound. That spur 527 ramp is also shut down. Did want to show you a couple camera shots before I let you go. 249 drivers are moving very slowly there at Perry, but I am seeing traffic come in and out of Tomball. And this is 45 at 242. I've been looking up and down the 45 corridor. Drivers are just using a lot of caution. Over to you.
Jennifer, thanks. Turning now to breaking news out of Southwest Houston. A man is dead after getting trapped inside of an apartment fire. This happened around 9:40 last night on Corporate Drive near the West Sam Houston Parkway. According to HFD, it only took about 90 seconds to get the fire out, as well as that man. The fire department is still investigating what sparked that fire. Also this morning, we are staying on top of icy conditions across our area.
We have live team coverage for you this morning with Stephanie Whitfield keeping track of road conditions inside the city, and Victor Jacobo is live for us in the Woodlands this morning. But we're going to start with KHOU Loca live for us in Waller County. And KHOU, we are not used to this kind of weather at all. Does it feel as cold as it looks where you are?
Yeah, Steph and Kimberly, it's very cold and very windy. I'm holding my hoodie here because it's that windy where it was blowing it off just a couple of seconds ago, and I'm trying to keep my face warm and covered here, but still kind of give you the news and let you know what's going on. We're off of Highway 290 right now, where we did run into some patches of ice as we were driving. Probably in the last of 20 minutes, we were driving on the highway, just going back and forth to check those conditions for you, and we did run into some icy patches. It was really bad last night. A certain stretch of Highway 290 was actually blocked off to drivers. They were seen slowly exiting, trying to get around this lane closure last night. But this morning, as at this hour right now, Highway 290 has reopened this part. But again, you could still run into maybe some black ice because it is dark out here and still very cold. So if you are driving here, definitely take it slow, definitely take it easy. If you can, avoid it altogether, which is something we've obviously been echoing since yesterday. But we'll keep you posted on the road conditions and how they are out here in terms of if it becomes more icy throughout the morning. But for now, we'll send it over to our other reporter, Victor Jacobo, who is live in the Woodlands. Now, Victor, you're from the Midwest. Is it as cold as it is that you can feel from where you are in the Woodlands compared to the Midwest? How cold is it?
Yeah, absolutely, Agochi. It's cold no matter where you're from. Certainly here in Woodlands, we're feeling those gusts of wind at time. And my old earth science high school teacher used to say, there's no such thing as poor weather, only being poorly prepared. And part of being prepared is not just the layers and clothing you wear, but also making a plan of action if you have to go outside and head to work or other places. Making that plan of action is going to be critical today, because even though that precipitation system has moved out, those icy conditions remain. And over my shoulder is a scene you're probably going to see again today here in the Woodlands. One of the ramps has these cones closing off one of those ramps that goes way up and shoots you out west to the Woodlands Mall. That's something we've seen throughout the area, and preventing people from getting up on those ramps that are pretty icy. That means you need to check your route and make plans to take different exits if you have to. If you are on a highway, slow down, even bridges that are still icy. And we saw a scenario play out several times yesterday as an accordion effect, where cars thought they had space, they thought they had plenty of traffic to move through, but only to have to hit the brakes, slow down, and risk not being able to hit another car and stop on time. Keep all that in mind as you are hitting the roads and taking your time and slowing down where you have to. Now, another person is checking on the conditions in our area is my colleague Stephanie Whitfield. Stephanie, what are you seeing in your area?
Well, we are in Northwest Houston, and I am from Houston, and I am not used to this weather. It is very cold out here this morning, and we're feeling every bit of that wind advisory that's in place. You can see the flags here are whipping outside the Office of Emergency Management. But the real issue that has basically shut down the city is ice on the road. Transtar is reporting dozens of locations in Houston where there's ice on the road, and that includes spots on literally every major highway that goes through the city of Houston. But driving here this morning, the good news is people seem to be taking it safe. There was very, very little traffic on the roads as we were heading in early this morning. But again, we are at the Office of Emergency Management for the city of Houston. This is where updates are going to be coming from throughout the morning. So we're going to stay here and we'll share those updates as we get them, but we'll check back in about 30 minutes. We're live in Northwest Houston. Stephanie Whitfield, KHOU 11 News.
All right, Stephanie, we'll see you in 30 minutes then. Thank you.
Well, right now, all eyes are on our ERCOT as we prepare for yet another cold day. In less than 1 hour, a conservation appeal will be in effect.
Just as it was yesterday. Grace White joins us live this morning in the newsroom. Grace, what do grid conditions look like right now?
Good morning. Right now, grid conditions look good. This is ERCOT's homepage, and this is what you want to pay attention to. What color is the grid? I'll zoom that in for you so you can get a better look. Right now, the grid is green, which means it's operating under normal conditions. But yesterday morning, we saw this turn to yellow. So that's something we'll be watching throughout the morning as people start to wake up. Let's zero in on supply and demand. You can literally follow this hour by hour, this line throughout the day. Blue is demand, purple is our supply. Anytime you see this space between the two, that's good news. The more concerned we get is when things get tighter. You can see as we go 5, 6, 7, 8 a.m. this morning, that space gets tighter. That's the area we'll be watching around 8 a.m. And that's also why ERCOT is asking you if it's safe to do so, to conserve energy between 6 and 9 a.m. this morning. I want to give you one more look at grid condition levels. Here's normal. Here's the second column. This is where we are here, conservation appeal. And here's why this is important. We get a lot of questions. People want to know, when do controlled outages happen if they are issued? That doesn't happen till emergency level 1, 2, 3. So the ERCOT has all these different levels that you have to go through. Here's where we are now, conservation appeal. That's nowhere near where controlled outages would happen. Again, those would not happen until emergency level 3. So that's the good news, but another reason why it's important this morning to conserve electricity between 6 and 9, again, if it is safe to do so. Now let's check in with our Cheetah Craft.
Yeah, you know, and a big part of this, Grace, is the entire state is feeling these dangerously cold temperatures. So it's not only actual air temperatures, it is the wind chill, and it's not only here. Again, it's across the state. So a lot of those recommendations are saying, hey, let's all do what we can to conserve energy during the peak hours between 6 to 9 a.m. this morning. And you can see why. Actual air temperatures across the state: 2 in Amarillo, 14 in Dallas, 19 in Austin, 20 degrees in Houston. I mean, actual air temperatures this morning across the board are dangerously cold. Factor in the wind. We're all dealing with these strong winds this morning. 14 below zero in Amarillo, 4 below zero in Dallas. Feels like at the big airport this morning, 6 degrees. So we're down to single-digit readings and potentially below zero, even here locally. So today, we keep it below the freezing point for your Tuesday. Overnight, we have one more hard freeze to get through early Wednesday morning. And then notice that 49. Jen, that 49 has never looked so good. We finally climb above freezing midday tomorrow.
Oh, I understand. All right, Cheetah, we will eventually get there. I did want to show you a couple of pictures here for your live look. North Freeway at Loop 336, checking out the Conroe Woodlands area. You did see our reporter Victor showing you that Woodlands off-ramp to Woodlands Parkway that is completely shut down due to icy conditions. Southwest Freeway still have a long stretch in Sugar Land, where we advise that you stick to the feeder road. The main lanes have been iced over and shut down since yesterday. You can see that feeder road traffic was the only thing moving in that area. And Southwest Freeway, this is the northbound off-ramp to spur 527 in downtown, where you still are not able to access that off-ramp. It has been shut down since the weekend, and a bad crash had happened at that location. Over to you.